Trading has begun.
Well, there you go. April 1st. So it looks like it finally wants it here.
Entered long. Trading has ended.
So no more new entries, but of course it's going to finish this out, which looks like it's coming to a close pretty quick. And I guess we'll finish the day positive.
Stopped long. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
There you go. Chicken dinner. More like chicken feed, but, win's a win. We'll take it. And that is that. All right, welcome back to the show. Our month end report here. So, this is the algo's return for the month of March. And you can see it's down about 1%. Well, I guess you could see if you did the math. So, I'll do it for you. We finished the month down 1%. So, as you can see, we had an ES short that made 7%, the long lost 6%. All these things are just going to wash out. You have recently seen, because I know I had put this out here, that we were short the 5-year. And as of the close yesterday, this being the first, it accrued some profits here. We lost on the 10-year and the VIX short, we had lost some money. So this VIX short, which stopped out this month, was actually a short that we had from last November. So not everyone in my Patreon service had this position. So it's quite possible anyone that didn't have this VIX short because you weren't part of the group since November of 2025 when this trade was put on, you didn't take this loss. So it's possible you're up, but I can't individualize every single portfolio. So we're going with this one. This is the whole complete one. So the VIX backed up 5%. We actually ended up making money net on that. But this is how it shows up for the month of March. And the Russell short, we made a couple points on it. So let's take a look at the path that we took. So here's our break even. You can see pretty much every day. I chuckled when I saw this because I knew how it was going to work out. So every day since, call it the 18th of this month, we were above water, and the final day just took us a hair under. And that was that big market move up where we had been making gains on our shorts. And again, the algo just lets it go. Now it's obviously got stops, but it's got a nice gain. It's gonna give it some wiggle room. And you can see here the short did close with some money, and on the S&P and the Russell. But you can see at one point, most of these gains right here, these huge gains that we had, were because we were short the Russell and the S&P. Now let's discuss this here for a second. Two things I want to mention about my Patreon members. Remember, this is the no bullshit zone. The Russell short you caught very, very nicely. We got it short at the end of the day, and it started going down really right away. And by the next morning, you were healthily into profit. Healthily, that's a word. Go look it up. The S&P, let's be clear about this. This was a choppy ride. I think we fell down 3, 4, 5 flights of stairs before we finally got this short in. It was a giant pain in the ass. So I would suggest to you that we actually, by the time we finally got in, how we got in, these gains weren't quite as much. And again, that's the whole entire amount. On the full algo, I know most of you take half. I'm a broken record on that, but I'm going to keep harping on that again because this is the no bullshit zone. Most of you are probably half size on a lot of these things. So, you're down minimal. But let's be clear, this one was a little tough. Everything else kind of went as planned. There were no big issues here. Net combined on the 5 and 10 year, I think we've done a pretty good job. This is pretty representative of what we've done. And you're currently up on a Russell short. Sorry, and you're currently up on a 5-year short. And just let me take a look. It's up minimally today. And again, it's going to let that thing run. Now, the other elephant in the room here, I know when people get gains like this, I don't know. In fact, I don't ask because I don't want to know. I believe a lot of you guys are probably taking a lot of these gains off. So if it does turn around, you don't throw away so much money. And listen, I hear you. It's a valid concern. If you have been with my service for any length of time at all, you have seen that these trades tend to go one way or the other. You get real right real quick, and you just make reams of freaking money. So you can see stuff like this. Let's just count this out here. So on the 25th, you were basically flat, and the 26th, you were up 11%. Stuff like that makes people want to take profits. And of course, the next day, had you not, well, now you're up 14%. Listen, the algo is going to let this go. It's just going to let this go because it's the way to make just huge outsized profits. It really is. But I also know when you make that much money so quick, listen, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to blame you for taking some profits off, because if you don't, you're down. You're not too much worried about that. You just gave back this day what you made on the previous day. And then you have a day that it just goes against you. And had you taken profits here or here, you'd be better off. Listen, I suspect, again, I don't ask because I don't want to know, but I suspect people do that. It's not a bad thing. You'll stunt your growth a little bit. But when stuff like this happens, you really wish you would have done it. So I'm going to say nothing about that. I just know that if you're with me for any length of time at all, you've seen stuff like this before. And I suspect you're jittery enough to pull some profits off. And again, I don't blame you. I think pulling a little bit off, we're not talking half. I'm not even going to give you a percent, but nothing large. Pulling a little bit off is not the end of the world. Right? But that being said, I believe we're actually up about 18% for the entire year. Now, if you look back, you say, wait a minute. As of last month, you said you're up 17 and you're down 1%. You should be up 16%. Yeah, it's just a lot of a rounding that eventually catches up with you. And because I do round these things a little bit, and it just wiggles back and forth. And next thing you know, you can be a percent or whatever out. But the math is the math. I just double checked it. And we're up 18% for the entire year thus far. And when you consider, let's take a peek. What do we got here? The S&P for the year is down about 4.6% right now. So we are cleaning its clock, as it were. And I suspect, we're going to continue to widen that gap. It's pretty wide already. You're already a winner, regardless of how you slice it, especially given this how this market's been. And you'll notice wherever there was action, as I will always say, you'll find the algo there, and it's going to do its best to try to scalp a few points out of that thing for you. And it definitely will make a lot of times than you'll end up keeping. But that isn't always the case, and that's going to change. And you're going to find yourself making on a couple trades throughout the year like an entire year's worth of solid average market gains. So that's year to date, March 31st, 2026, by the numbers. We'll talk at you soon.